The question is that this bill be now read a second time. I call the Minister.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and can I thank the Shadow Minister for her hard work on this very important topic. Mr Speaker, our planet is suffocated by plastic. It permeates every aspect of our life. Since the 1950s, the world has produced 8,300 million tonnes of plastic, and up to 12 million tonnes of plastic are discarded into our oceans annually. That's nearly a dump truck a minute. It's a disgrace. Last year, a whale was found dead with nearly 6 kilograms of plastic bags in its digestive tracts. Our TVs and newspapers have image after image of oceans, marine life and coastlines suffocated with plastic. It is utterly unacceptable, Mr Speaker, especially for a state and a nation that thrives off its beach culture. Shockingly, only 7% of plastic produced has been recycled, while more than half has been discarded in landfill or leaked into our environment. We are facing a global plastic pollution crisis that will require a comprehensive response. Plastic is everywhere. It's in our clothes, it's in our utensils, it's in our food packaging and takeaway containers, and yes, Mr Speaker, it's in our bags. Because plastic is so pervasive, banning the bag alone will not solve this monumental problem. We need a fundamental paradigm shift in the way we produce, use and manage plastic. This is why, instead of just dealing with plastic bags in isolation, we need a comprehensive plastic strategy for New South Wales. My vision is to see New South Wales lead the nation when it comes to tackling the challenge of plastic, waste and recycling. I want to ban the bag. I want to ban the bag. But banning the bag alone is not the silver bullet that Labor would have you believe. It's part of a much bigger challenge. If Labor were serious, they would withdraw this bill and work with me in a bipartisan manner to deliver not just a ban on single-use plastic bags, but to deal with other single-use plastics like cutlery, straws, coffee cups and takeaway containers, just to name a few, Mr Speaker. Of course, our environment is not just about...
I just remind the Minister, if I could, I'd just ask those interjecting just to settle it down a little bit. I do understand that this is going to elicit some strong interjections. It's a little bit early, and I would just like the Minister to be able to heard with some decorum from the other side, please. Thank you. Please, Minister.
Mr Speaker, as I said, it's not just about plastic bags, it's about straws, it's about cutlery, it's about coffee cups, it's about a whole range of plastic issues that need to be tackled in a comprehensive manner, Mr Speaker. Of course, our environment is not just being harmed by single-use plastics. We need to look at what we can do to address other plastic litter entering our environment and build on our nation-leading container deposit scheme. In addition, we need to deliver end markets for plastic products to encourage recycling and investment in industry in this state. So this is not just about banning one product, Mr Speaker. This is about changing how our economy uses, reuses and disposes plastic. You cannot achieve that sort of reform with the one-off political stunt which Labor is trying today. My offer to those opposite, and to every other political party in this parliament is to provide a bipartisan approach to managing plastic in our economy, environment and food stream so that we can deliver not just a great headline. Mr Speaker, I want to offer the Labor Party and everyone else in this parliament an opportunity to work in a bipartisan way, not just to get a great headline, but to get a great result for our environment and the people of New South Wales. I'm asking you to work with me to deliver that objective. That's what my focus is, and I want to work with anyone interested in protecting our environment to do that, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, this government has a proud track record when it comes to dealing with the issue of plastic waste, Because, Mr Speaker, it was this government that delivered the container deposit scheme in New South Wales, the biggest single litter reduction program in this state's history, Mr Speaker. And no one has done more to reduce the volume of litter in this state than the Liberal National Government, Mr Speaker. The Liberal National Government, Mr Speaker. And, Mr Speaker,
ask you to settle yourself down a bit.
Mr Speaker, we have a great track record when it comes to protecting our environment. We have a great track record when it comes to reducing plastic litter in New South Wales. And I want to build on that by delivering a comprehensive plastic strategy for the environment and the people of this state, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, our container deposit scheme has seen almost 2.5 billion containers returned, which has taken litter out of our parks, streams and oceans, Mr Speaker, and that has got the community engaged in cleaning up our environment. So it has been a stunning success, and we want to build on that, Mr Speaker. We want to build on that, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, this is not an outlier for Liberal national governments. This is who we are. Our Prime Minister is leading the nation on the issue of tackling plastics in our environment, and I want to congratulate him for that work, Mr Speaker. Liberal national governments are conservatives, and they believe in conserving our environment, Mr Speaker.
I ask a member to,
It was Liberal
to make
national
his interjections
governments.
from the seat.
It was Liberal national governments, state and federal.
Minister, can I just ask you, just wait for a moment, can I just ask the general chatter to settle down? I know people are excited about this. Interjections, if they can come one by one, we can at least understand whether or not they're witty, but right now it's just a little bit too much general chatter. So please give respect to the Minister and to the Chair. So Minister,
Speaker,
please continue.
Their behaviour shows you what a stunt they're pulling here today. I've offered them an opportunity to work with me in a bipartisan manner to deliver a comprehensive plastic strategy for New South Wales. And what do? They interject, they heckle, they laugh, and they treat the environment with disdain. They treat the environment with disdain, Mr Speaker. They are interested in a cheap headline, not a solution to deal with this very serious problem, Mr Speaker.
Minister, if you could just take your chair. We have a point of order by member for Maitland. Point of order. What is your point of order?
I'll just ask you to clarify, the Minister, it's not the policy that's just dying, it's actually the party's responsibility.
Member for Maitland, that's not a point of order. But if I can make one more observation, while I had called on the opposition to just settle a little bit, Minister, you've then gone and baited them immediately after. So I'm going to struggle to control this.
Mr Speaker,
but please, Minister, continue. That was not a point of order.
Paid the utmost respect to the Shadow Minister when she put her case to support banning the plastic bag, and the same level of respect to my very genuine offer to work to deal with this problem is not being afforded by those opposite. The member for Gosford has treated this and other members as a complete joke, and I think it's absolutely disgraceful that you are not taking the issue of plastic seriously. You are not taking it seriously. I've offered you a bipartisan opportunity to work with
Member for Gosford, please. I'll give you a point. I've just called for the Minister to do that, and I'd also ask yourself to respect the standing orders. Okay, there's two sides to this. I've called the Minister.
The way they're treating my offer with such disrespect is it stands in stark contrast to the way we treated the Shadow Minister's pitch to ban the plastic bag in this House. I am committed to banning the plastic bag, but we need to go further, and we need to have a comprehensive plastic strategy to deal with a whole range of other plastics that are permeating our environment and doing damage to our oceans and environment. And that is not just banning the bag alone is not going to solve this problem. We need recycling, we need end products to create value in plastics that will build industry, create jobs, and we also need to change behaviour. So there's a range of things that need to be done to tackle this issue. So, Mr Speaker, we are committed to doing that on this side, and it was Liberal national governments, state and federal, that have stood up and protected our environment. It was Liberal national governments that saved the Great Barrier Reef from oil drilling, Mr Speaker. It was Liberal national governments that ended whaling in Australia. And it was Liberal national governments that created the New South Wales Environment Protection Authority, Mr Speaker. It was the Liberal national government, led by Liberal Premier Tom Lewis, that set up the National Parks and Wildlife Service in this state. And Mr Speaker, that is a legacy we need to recapture, and that is a legacy that I intend to rebuild on. And I'm offering the opposition an opportunity, if they seriously care about our environment, to take me up on this opportunity, to work with me in a bipartisan manner to deliver a comprehensive response to dealing with the scourge of plastic in our natural environment. I want to see it done. The challenge is, do they? Will they accept this opportunity and work with me to not only tackle plastic bags, to tackle a whole range of plastics, to develop end markets, to develop recycling, and to deliver a better result for our environment and the people of the state, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, our Liberal tradition is grounded in Edmund Burke's philosophy that society is a covenant between the past, the present, and future generations. And that philosophy doesn't just apply to our economy, it applies to our environment, Mr Speaker. These two things are not mutually exclusive. So, Mr Speaker, therefore, if we're being honest with ourselves as a Liberal national government, it's incumbent on us to protect our natural environment and reduce the impact of plastic. And that is exactly what I intend to do as the Environment Minister, and that's what I will take to the Cabinet, and that's what I will take to the party room, and that's what I intend to deliver. And it will be better that instead of those people over there grandstanding on one single issue, working with me to deliver a great result for the people of New South Wales and the environment of this state, Mr Speaker.
Thank you, Minister.